From the moment Alex moved into the quiet suburban street, Karen, the self-appointed neighborhood enforcer, made her presence known. At first it was subtle, a disapproving glance when Alex forgot to straighten his mailbox, or a sharp reminder about trash pickup times. But soon, her actions escalated. Every Tuesday night without fail, Alex's trash can would be found toppled over, its contents scattered like confetti on the curb. No note, no warning, just the silent assertion that Karen controlled the block. Alex tried reasoning, subtle passive gestures, even extra care. But nothing stopped her. Tension grew like a storm cloud over the neighborhood. One evening, while cleaning up another mess, a plan sparked in Alex's mind, an idea that would turn Karen's own obsession against her, a surprise she would never anticipate. The stage was set for a silent showdown. The next week, Alex acted as if nothing had changed. Trash day came, and true to form, Karen's glare could have frozen water. Alex quietly observed from the window, noting her every move as she approached the cans with that familiar, smug expression. But this time, Alex had prepared something completely different. Instead of the usual can, he wheeled out a brand new one, sturdy, unassuming, and strategically weighted. He had spent hours thinking about the perfect way to prevent the next, sabotage. Something clever, subtle, and undeniably effective. Karen, confident as ever, stepped closer, her hand poised to tip it over, ready to assert dominance. But the moment she touched it, the unexpected happened. The can didn't budge. Her shock was unmistakable. Alex felt a quiet thrill. This was only the beginning, and the game had just escalated. Karen's eyes widened in disbelief as she tugged, nudged, and even kicked the can. But it refused to move. Alex, watching from a distance, felt a mix of amusement and satisfaction. It wasn't about revenge. It was about setting a boundary. And finally, Karen was being forced to notice. But Karen wasn't the type to give up easily. She circled the can, examining it, tapping it, looking for a weak spot. Meanwhile, Alex had already taken precautions, hidden weights inside, a locking mechanism, and even a subtle tilt that made it harder to topple. Neighbors peeked from behind curtains, sensing the silent standoff, whispers spreading like wildfire. For the first time, Karen realized that her little games might no longer work. And as the sun set, Alex couldn't help but smirk, knowing the next day would bring her attempts, and the surprises he had prepared for every single one of them. The following morning, Karen returned, determined to reclaim her authority. But Alex had anticipated her moves. This time, he had added a subtle twist, a motion sensor alarm hidden beneath the can. The moment Karen nudged it, a soft chime echoed through the yard. Startled, she froze, glancing around to see no one in sight. Alex, inside, tried hard not to laugh. The neighbors, drawn by the unexpected sound, peeked over fences, whispering among themselves. Karen's confidence wavered for the first time. She had always believed she could act unnoticed. Each failed attempt chipped away at her smugness, while Alex's clever trap remained perfectly concealed. But Karen wasn't done. Her frustration was growing, her schemes becoming bolder, desperate. Alex knew the final showdown was approaching, one that would test her persistence and his patience in ways neither of them expected. By midweek, Karen's frustration had become obvious to the entire block. She tried everything, shoving, lifting, even attempting to recruit other neighbors. But the trash can held firm, immovable, and unyielding. Alex, meanwhile, watched silently, his plan unfolding perfectly. He had even added a little extra, a harmless but surprising water sprayer triggered if the can was tipped, ensuring Karen got a tiny shock with every attempt. That morning, as she reached for it again, a sudden spray of water splashed her shoes. Karen yelped in surprise, stumbling back, her anger giving way to embarrassment. Alex realized it wasn't just about the trash anymore. It was a lesson in respect, patience, and clever thinking. Even the neighbors couldn't hide their chuckles, seeing the usually intimidating Karen humbled. Alex felt a quiet satisfaction, knowing that his clever, harmless tactics were teaching a bigger lesson than words ever could. Karen, now thoroughly flustered, realized that her usual tactics would no longer work. Her pride had taken a hit, and the quiet thrill Alex felt watching her struggle grew stronger. She tried reasoning, pretending it was an accident, but Alex remained calm, showing no anger, only clever patience. The neighbors, who had once whispered about Karen's control, now exchanged knowing smiles, seeing the balance of power shift. Alex knew it was time for the final move. The next trash day, he wheeled out the can with a confident smile, knowing Karen would once again approach. But this time, he didn't need alarms or water sprays. The lesson had already been learned. Karen stopped mid-step, a mix of hesitation and acknowledgement on her face. The silent standoff had ended, not with confrontation, but with the realization that respect could be earned, not forced. Finally, Karen stepped back, her arms crossed, realizing that Alex's clever, peaceful resistance had won without a single harsh word. The neighbors, quietly observing, felt a sense of relief and amusement. The street had returned to its calm rhythm. Alex wheeled the trash can back, now just an ordinary part of his yard, but a symbol of cleverness, patience, and boundaries. Karen, though still proud, nodded subtly, a silent acknowledgement that her usual intimidation no longer held power. Life on the block returned to normal, but the lesson lingered. Respect is earned through thoughtfulness, persistence, and creativity, not fear or control. Alex smiled, knowing that sometimes the best victories are the quiet ones, and that a little ingenuity can turn even the smallest nuisance into a memorable triumph. The trash can remained perfectly upright, a silent testament to strategy and clever thinking.